Peace, peace, peace. Just want to come back with some real quick, man. I was want to go into some, man, because you know what it is too, man. Because you know, in the first and foremost, Sophie the Most High in your house, I was blessing your day by His mercies you aren't consumed. Like you know, and also too, man, like that Lamentations just came to mind, man, because I was at a different. I was at a chess event, man, on Sunday, and you know, it kind of ties into a video I just did about like older people, how we live the age and things of that nature, man. Because a lot of times before I came to work, a lot of my time I learned a lot from those, man. Not only how to become a better chess player, being better at chess, even though I like, you know, ever since I got into work, I kind of haven't been going down to the park as much and involved at chess as much because like you know to be a grandmaster because you know it's too all right too let me say this too. This is a little sidebar. No, I'm the king of sidebars, but or even the prince, I don't know, but a lot of times too, like, cause of what when I remember a lot of times I forgot who told me this, but when I was actually going out to park over years and years, like you know, somebody even told me one time, so listen, man, to be an actual grandmaster, like on a worldwide level, man, like you know, you got to dedicate your life to it, man. Like, you have to do that, like you know, those magnets, those that don't know that follow the chess scene, like you know, to become the greats, like you know. You even see the world champions now, like you know Magnus Carlsen or like Hikaru Nakamura or like Wesley So, or even before that, just like the all-time greats like Gary Kasparov or things of that nature, or different chess girls, grandmasters. They start off from younger, man. They started off from children, man. So like you know, or teenagers, man. So and it's the same thing too. That's what I said. That's why even Proverbs 22:6 says like you know even with no. Let's get this First Kings real quick because this has nothing to do. You know, I might go in this direction, but then again, I might not. But I don't know. It depends. You know, I just might go. You know, I might just go in there. I might just go in this and save the video for I was about to do for another day because no, I feel like this has to. You know, I'll say the spirit moved me to talk about this. So let's get that king because you know this too. It's not Franken. It's not a Frankenstein. It's not a Build-A-Bear. This is kind of what I was talking about with a sister a lot of times. Like when she said, "Yeah, you know what?" I was talking about this with my with my brother the other day, my actual brother when he was here, man. Like you know, like certain like even the brother, shout out to brother, sent me a firstborn. Like you know, like you said, a lot of times, like you know, too, like we realize that's why you how shy, like you know, says strengthen your brethren because a lot of times people think that because you're a man, you're just naturally strong. No, man, we have to pray. Like actually, you know what? I was talking about with the brother Discord app, like you know, we had to pray, and like you know, whether it be fast prayer, fast, or just like you know, ask the Most High in your house shot for more measures of faith, or just be thankful for the measure of faith you had, or like even if you outdoor measure of mental fortitude or mental strength, things of that nature. Because a lot of times too is like you know people like don't understand. A lot of times because he's a man, it doesn't mean he's just mentally strong. That's why house the Most High had your house. I said, "What strengthen your brother?" He said that to Peter, man, because like you know, yeah, and it's the same thing in with the word in manhood, man. It's the same thing with like you know with scriptures, man. Like you know, just being godly things that you know. Can you course any later on in your life, whatever circumstances? Yes, but you know, a lot of times you gotta be trained up, or a lot of times children have to be trained up, and being trained up, man, is very key, man. Because like you know, you gotta dedicate your life to it, man. Just like you know, like hey, the Most High said in your house, I said, listen, you gotta dedicate your life to this, man. So you know, and acknowledge Him in all your ways. So yeah, man, let's get to First Kings real quick, man. It says First Kings chapter 2 verse 2. I go. This is David talking to Solomon. No, I'll get to 2 verse 1. Now the days of David drew nigh that he should die. And he charged Solomon and his son, saying, I go the way of all the earth. Be thou strong, and therefore show thyself a man. So yeah, man, exactly. But you know, just like you know the chess thing, like you know, like different things. It's not like you know if people like you know people like you know I was just talking about this like you know that might hit that problem five. People might this like you know it's kind of you know it kind of ties into the video I just did like you know people just like you know when I talked about different like being in features people just like you know we learn like I kind of mentioned it in the past video we just like people just we live in such a world now like such a society now, people just want to like, hey, that's where that Second Timothy comes in. Like, the pride and ego of people is just rising. Like, men's lovers themselves, boasters. People just want to be like, there's nothing wrong with being self-taught. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Because sometimes, but not everybody can do that, man. Because there's different ways people learn. Because I was actually talking about that with a brother, even though I had disagreed with him. Like one of the brothers of mine, like, actually the one that did the movie thing for it. But he was kind of going to like, I kind of disagree with him. I didn't say it on the phone, but I kind of understood where he's coming from. It's something like he's going into the answer, man. If something's like, wrong with like, something's going on in your house, you need something fixed or things of that nature, or everything, you got YouTube now, you can just or look online. I was like, yeah, I mean, I get that, you're right, brother, you can, but my thing is too, not everybody's like that, man, because some people need actual physical, like, instruction. Some people need instructors, man. So that's just is what it is, being trained up, man, honestly, man. So that's just is what it is too. Not everybody. Some people can be self-taught, like, some people can do that, like, hey, a lot, like, but a lot of times too, but not everybody can do that though, like, and that kind of goes into the video we talked about, like, checking all the boxes. Everybody, it's okay if you don't check in all the boxes or everything, that's fine. So that's just what it is, but you still gotta be trained up. It's not like a Frankenstein. It's not a Build-A-Bear. It's not a created player or man, like, as far as manhood, or even for the sisters, even for our women, even women, like, no, they had to be trained up. So yeah, I wasn't even gonna talk about this, but hey, it is what it is. I go all the way to earth, but be strong therefore and show thyself a man. So yeah, man. Just like, it said, the guy told me one time about being chess master. He's like, yeah, you can, but you got to dedicate your life to it pretty much. And I said to say, because I was thinking about all the things about the top chess players, not only just in the country, but all over the world. Like, they were trained up in that. Like, over there in Russia, pretty much, it's kind of like how we view how America used to view baseball or basketball now, or I mean, actually no, even football or basketball here. That's how chess is over in Russia. Like, that's their thing. Like, Bobby, of course, I think Bobby Fischer in the '70s, in the early '70s, early to mid '70s, he's the one that really kind of popularized chess here in America. But that's as it was. But over there, that's their thing. And most of the time they're grandmasters or world champions. They're like, they're trained up in that. Well, some people are just naturally talented enough to gifted. Like, the Most High gives them that, give no son house gives them the gift, but it's naturally to do something. But but a lot of times too, they're trained up like to do so. So it's like, can you learn later on? Yeah, of course. Like, you learn later on, like, I a lot of things too. I'm a living testament. Not only me myself, some of y'all brothers and sisters. Like, my pop's in and out of my life. So, I mean, like me coming to work, I'm still learning elements of manhood. One, you're gonna learn elements of manhood by knowing who the Most High House is. Like, things of that nature in their ways. So, it says, I go all the way to earth. Be thou strong and show thyself a man. So, let me grab this part. Let's go Proverbs. Proverbs 22:6. Train up a child in the way that he should go. When he's old, he will not depart from it. So yeah, man, exactly. So, yeah, that's just is what it is with that, man. Because it's just like, yeah, you gotta be trained up in that, man. It's just not like a thing that they just like they had to be instructed, man. So shoot, the Most High instructed us, like we like the brother Simbi firstborn said, he didn't when we came out of Egypt, man, he just didn't punish you. Like, you can't punish a child without instruction, man. That's cruel. That's so like that's so like not cool. That's like cruel. That's cruelty. No, the Most High gave us instruction. Now we was disobedient, and he did what he did. He continues to do what he do over our history, but over us as a nation, as a people. But but yeah, man, that's just is what it is, man. So you don't do that, man. So that's why the different patience, like me working with children, is the level of patience that you need, because like you're gonna have to say things a lot of times. Just naturally, I'm saying like 5-10 times or kinds, because still they had to be trained up. So, but I said to say, but then one, like I was talking to, actually lines up what I was talking to my coworker earlier, but we can only do so much because that stuff starts at home. Hence why I'm doing this, like, things have to be trained up, even if you don't have children, like, it's like, this it's even still, like, you gotta look out for our youth, man, like, because that's what, Nehemiah 4 real quick, man, because it ties into everything. Nehemiah 4:14. And I looked and rose up and said unto the nobles, to the rulers, and to the rest of the people, be not afraid of ye them. Remember the Lord, which is great and terrible, and fight for your brethren, your sons, your daughters, your wives, and your houses. So yeah, man, it's like, we feel like I always say, man, we family. Like, that word tribe, like to 12 tribes of Israel, the 12 tribes of Israel, man, like Yasharala or the Yasharal, whatever, like you want to say, like, that means like tribe. The synonym for tribe is family. Like, this is not your immediate or extended family or that. No, it's like us as a people, like we're a family. So like we don't. A lot of our people don't realize that. It's like one they put out a decree, like like the X-Men, the Last Stand, or what's going to come to. Like when we read the Maccabees, stuff like that, to come kill. Like if they want, they come in, like they would start today, like which is prophecy to come kill. Like our people too. They not just coming from you family. No, they coming for everybody, man. So that's just another thing too. We are a lot. I think the brother Ratazan from out in California from Believers Away said that one time, and I agree, man. Like our people realize we're a family. Like y'all. That's why say brothers and sisters. But more importantly, like Yahushua said, those that do the will of the Most High Yahushua, they your family. But still, even on another tip, man, it's still like you gotta look at your people as your family, man, because that's what Second Ezra is about, man. That's what Moses did, like did Exodus 32 and having the ancestral list, man. It's not just about me. Like it's not just about me, man. It's about that's why Abraham, for the Most High story, was about to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah. He was worried like, okay, is there other people I can save? It's not just me. Like yeah, man. So it is what it is, man. So yeah, man. But they gotta be trained up, man. So that's why you kind of get I was actually talking about that with my other coworker earlier too. Like we just kind of talking about that. Like listen, like working with youth, man. I just can't even like the last spot I had, like I had position like as like y'all know in schools like a 1-to-1. But listen, man, I'm the type. Listen, like I just can't be focused on one youth. I gotta be focused on all, man. They all the babies, man. They all the youth, man. So you gotta look out for them too, man. But they gotta be trained up, man. Honestly, like yeah, and I know it's addressed like the man, because they're the next. We're the next generation. Like they're the next generation, younger men. Like from teenagers, even adolescents, even young. But even like even I was talking to a coworker of the cafeteria lady at school, man, because she was even talking about this, like about that. She said a lot of our younger sisters, like younger girls, they need like a man. They need like a male figure in their life to something to to be modeled after as well, to what type of interaction they should have, or type of person when they go older they should be around, or they should be with, man. So yeah, that's important for them too, a lot of times too. So for because Titus goes into that, for women, for the older women teach younger women, like in the godly sense as well. But also too, man, it's also up to of sure, it's for a brother, for the men, like to be examples for them too as well. So yeah, is that really it? I don't know. Hey, let me get Proverbs 5, man, because yeah, because actually, it's crazy. I was just talking. Ironically enough, I was working last week and I met a guy from London or the UK. His name was Peter. Some Edomite. He was cool though. He was cool though. He was cool though. He was going into how. I told him how I was working in school. He said, "Yeah, man, teachers are so important." Because I still remember my teachers. Everybody pretty much remembers my teacher. Remembers their teachers a lot of the times because they're so important. Because anybody could could teach you something, man. So honestly, man, one, how to be or how not to be, but anybody could teach you something, man. I remember being in an interview at a school, man, for a school, and that was great, man, because what they said on the Zoom interview is listen, we call everybody teacher here because you can learn something from everybody. So even the school mat, they kind of do that as well, but but he was even says, listen, I still remember my teachers, and that's the thing too. That's why I was talking about that with my brother. Even last year at the school, man, he said, "Listen, man, why you think that certain people certain people when they make it, they say, yeah, I remember all of that stuff. It's either one side was like, okay, I remember all the teachers that doubted me and stuff like that. Biggie said it on Juicy. It's for all of the people that doubted me, and all my teachers said I was going to amount to nothing, because that's how important a role a teacher is. But even on the other side, man, a lot of people that do make it or make something, this not have to be famous or in the entertainment world, things in nature. Naturally, they still remember the teachers or the people that motivated them, man. those teacher figures or things of that nature. So yeah, man. But let's get this Proverbs 5, man, because instruction is so important, man. Being trained up, like, it's just not Frankenstein. It's not a Build-A-Bear. You got to be trained up for certain things, man. Like, like the brother sent me the firstborn said, man. Like, now, contrary to popular belief, man, not all men know how to fight. They have to be trained how to fight. They do, like, things of that nature. But one, it should be like this. More importantly, before that, the physical stuff, it should be spiritual, and that's what David, Solomon, other righteous men in this Bible gave to them before they learned wars, before anything, because it's like this scene in Troy, man. Like when when what you call him, the character says, listen, like before he gives him the sword, he points his brain and says, no, let's use this. This is how you fight. And that's what we fight with the inward man. That's one, trying to overcome sin and death. That's the real fight. Spiritual. Our weapon's not called carnal, the spiritual, man. So it is what it is. The spiritual fight first, then all that stuff comes, man. So let me get this Proverbs 5 and 14. It says, and oh man, I want that. Oh gosh, I want that in Psalms, but it's all good. I forgot. It says, and the Proverbs chapter 5 and 13. It says, and I have not obeyed the voice of my teachers, nor inclined my ear to them that instructed me. So yeah, man, hey, that's a lot of times too. They're gonna have to learn. A lot of people gonna learn the hard way. So and those are the teachers and instructions in there. But also too, man, I wanted that in Psalms where it says, David says to learn more of my teachers. That goes into what I always say. Shout out to Brother Simby Firstborn. He said, even I concur. We want the previous generation. You should want the previous generation to outdo you, man. One, the Yahushua did. He said, listen, the greater works are you're gonna do than me. Not that we're greater than him. It's just like I always that I'm gonna lie, that's the verse for a while kind of I didn't know what to think of it. Like it was like, okay, that's like, and not again, I'm just using this as an example, not using like Michael Jordan, comparing him to that, but it's like Jordan somebody, or on draft night saying, hey, listen, you're gonna have a greater career than me. You're gonna look at him like, what you mean? But that's kind of how I even took it, not comparing Jordan to Yahushua or Christ, but I'm just making that example. But yeah, but pretty much you want the next generation of especially men to do better than you, because honestly too, that's just more of a thing, because I always said this too when the sister I was talking with a few months ago. I was like, listen, I think men are just more inclined to do that no matter what. No matter, it could be it doesn't even have to be the wisest older man, or it doesn't, but he's always trying to in a way, like they might not say things in an apt way, but they'll try to give advice to the next generation. I noticed too. I was saying this I asked her, I was like, yo, why don't women really do that? Because she said, I don't know, because women did this and kind of not. That's that generation warfare. But it happens with men too, where men are more inclined to do that, like give the next generation advice. But women, I don't notice that as much. It does happen. I'm not saying it doesn't, but I seen it happen. Especially last year, the school I was at, there was a situation that the older women gave the younger girls advice, but that doesn't happen a lot. But that's just what it is. But yeah, man, that's just is what it is. But I wanted to get that Psalms when he said, listen, I learned more than my teachers. David said, I learned more than my teachers, because you want the next generation to be better than you. But yeah, man, that's just is what it is. Even like I always mentioned the Run DMC interview, the DMC from Run DMC, it was like the late 2000s, like 2007. He was pretty much saying, listen, man, I want this current generation rap, I want them to do it better than us, man. So yeah, man, that's just is what it is with that, man. So hopefully, yeah, that kind of, I wasn't even going to talk about this, but it kind of, like how I said, listen, hey, spirits like the wind, or it's like that. I was like, no, because I just was at that chess event, and I learned a lot from those, not a lot of those brothers there, because not everybody's there, but because a lot of them have passed away, man. That's why that lamentation is really important, appreciating life. Just naturally, one, being alive in the Most High outside, but also naturally, because, yeah, man, because tomorrow's not promised. But yeah, man, that's really it on that. So hopefully this is edifying, man. So peace.